Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm back in Pennsylvania. We're in the Poconos. We are currently at Big Pocono State Park and this is parking lot number 2. Right now it's a little bit overcast, but you really have 360 views from this parking lot. It's amazing. Back behind me is the cabin. That sun is starting to peek out over there. Big Pocono State Park is in Monroe County in northeastern Pennsylvania. And the park consists of 1,306 acres. There are 8.5 miles of hiking trails here in the park. Whew. Wind is really blowing. I'm hoping that once we get into the woods that it'll block some of this wind. So really, if you don't like to hike or if you're unable to hike, you really could come to this park and just hang out at the overlook here. They do have pit toilets here. Straight across the way there. Yeah. Big Pocono State Park is on land which was owned by Henry Cattell near the turn of the 20th century. Mr. Cattell being very fond of the view from the summit of Camelback Mountain and knowing that many others shared his love for the area, constructed a stone cabin on the summit in 1908. The Cattell cabin was left unlocked for many years to be used as a shelter by anyone who wished. I don't think it's left open anymore. I'll give it a shot. Look at that door. No. Look at that view, though. Since 1921, DCNR's Bureau of Forestry has maintained Big Pocono Fire Tower on the mountain for the purpose of detecting forest fires in the surrounding private and state forest lands. We did pass it on the way up. Can't see it from here, but it's locked, so we can't climb it. The tower is staffed only during the spring and fall seasons and has been dedicated by the National Fire Tower Association as a historic structure. In 1928, 12 years after Mr. Cattell's death, the Pennsylvania Game Commission purchased the area. In 1950, a portion of the state land on the steep north slope of the mountain was leased to Big Pocono Skiing Incorporated for commercial ski development. Later named Camelback Ski Corporation, the facility has been developed into Camelback Mountain Ski Resort. In 1953, a 1,306-acre portion of the state game lands, including the ski area lease, was acquired by the Pennsylvania Department of Forests and Waters, now the DCNR, for the purpose of developing a state park at the mountain's summit. In 1954, after the construction of restrooms, parking areas, picnic sites, fireplaces, and a scenic drive around the summit, the area was opened to the public as Big Pocono State Park. The Cattell Cabin served for many years as a park office and nature museum. Alright, I'm going to head back to the car. We're actually going to drive to another parking area to start our hike. Just because if we hike from here, then we have some road walk. And I want to avoid as much road walking as I can. So I will be back when we get to our next parking area. Alright, so we are driving to the next parking lot. But look what we have here.
That's a little one there on the left.
Yeah, we have a family, I think. Hello, and he's wagging his tail. Not afraid of the cars at all.
Nope. There's four. Yeah, another one there. So camouflage.
Oh yeah, there's another one. There's 4 of them.
Whatever that
Alright, so that's parking lot number 3.
It's tasty, whatever's there. Oh, he's a little button buck.
Hi. Oh yeah, look at the little buttons. Look at the little buttons. Hi. Hello. They're like, oh. That one has little antlers. And that one just has little knobs. See the knobs?
Oh yeah.
Hi. All right, you guys stay safe. Bye. So that was parking lot number 3 up there. So we're headed in the right direction. We're headed to parking lot number 4. But I had to show you the deer. The deer family, they're out for breakfast. Alright, so we just parked in parking lot number 4. And technically, I think right now we're on the Indian Trail. We're heading to the North Trail and going to do that lower loop. Wow, isn't this beautiful? So a lot of leaves have already dropped here in the Poconos. It's very windy up on top of this mountain, so I'm guessing the wind is knocking a lot of them down. So this should be around a 3-mile loop. And for anyone that follows my channel, you know that I've been to all of Pennsylvania state parks, but I am returning to some of the parks that I have not filmed in before, and this was one. And it's also not far from home. And there's a lot to do in the area. Lots of restaurants. The Tannersville outlets are close by. Camel Beach Water Park is close by. Lots of hotels, wineries, breweries. So it's not just the state park, there's tons to do. And lots of places to stay. Okay, so we have a trail junction here. North Trail. So it looks like we're going to be following red blazes for a while. So there is a bit of elevation change doing this loop. I think it was 725 feet in elevation change. But we're just going to take our time. I brought my hiking pole because I knew there was going to be a lot of elevation change. And I know it's rocky. There are some loose rocks, so I thought better to be careful and have the hiking pole with me today. Right now we're heading down, but of course what goes down has to come back up. We're getting some views through the trees here. There's also 2 indoor water parks in the area, Great Wolf Lodge and Kalahari. I mean, you really could spend quite a bit of time in this area. And like I said, even if you're not a hiker, you just drive up to parking lot number 2 and you have those 360-degree views. Well, we have a power line here, but there's a little view. Alright.
It looks like it.
Yeah, I see water slides. I think that we have a view of Camel Beach from here. See some slides off to the left there. Look at those rocks. Actually, one of the reasons why I picked this trail, because I watched another video and they came along these big rock walls, so hopefully we get to see those. Alright, looks like we're going down, down, down again. We just passed 2 other hikers. They were coming up. But they also remarked that the trail is very slippery because of all of the leaves and loose rocks. So just take your time, be careful. Might be a good idea to have a hiking pole with you. So far the trail has given us a bunch of steep descents, but then a little level area, which has been nice. Gives the calves a little break. I know that the camera isn't going to do this justice. But here we are at the top of another steep descent. And this is looking level. And that is the trail. So that gives you some idea. It's very hard to get perspective on the camera. Probably halfway down. Alright. Made it to the bottom of that one. And once again, they're treating us with a little bit of a level section. Oh, the smell is just tremendous. I love the smell of fall. I don't know what it is with dead and decaying leaves, but I love it. Just came down this little descent here. This one wasn't as bad as the last one. Thanks to some of the leaves being down, we have another partial view here. And the noise traffic that you hear is Interstate 80. So you do have to deal with that. I don't know if it'll be up throughout the whole trail. We'll see. Look at that straight ahead. Okay, so we made it to another trail junction and we just debated what we wanted to do. And we decided we're out, we're going to go for it. So we're going to head left here and do the lower loop. So that'll add on a little bit. But at the end of the hike, I'll let you know how far we hiked, in case you want to do the same hike. I have a feeling that those rock formations are down on this lower loop, so that's why I wanted to do it. I have to keep turning the camera on because look how pretty. Looks like a little mountain stream that comes down. Beautiful. Alright, we made it to another trail junction. We just came down that lower loop. Now we're going to continue on the north trail. Isn't that stunning? Beautiful. Some geese going over. Alright, I brought you back because we're starting to see some rock walls here. Wow, this lower section is beautiful. And it's a nice level trail. It gives you a nice break from coming down the mountain before we have to go back up, of course. Look at those rocks. Stunning. I do love the fall. Pretty much hike all summer, but when I hike in the summer, I try to get out really early while it's still cooler. And in the fall, you can hike all day. I still get out early because I like to beat the crowds, but there's so many options around here, so we're probably going to stop somewhere for lunch. Just have a nice day out exploring. See, now down here, there's more leaves on the trees. As you go further down, there's more leaves on the trees. we're in a nice rock wall section on both sides. I think this lower part is my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah, they're big. That.
A little shroom here too. Little shroom.
Alright, we're back. Look at this, another nice rock wall section here. Rhododendron. Oh yeah, there's a little itty bitty mushroom down there. Maybe there's so many leaves down here, they might be covered.
Yeah. Yeah, that mushroom festival, it was right past Longwood.
Oh wow. Oh, it smells so good. Come into another beautiful section of rock wall. They're massive. High as houses. Really cool. So glad I decided to do this lower loop. The last time that we were here, I think I said in the beginning of the video, we drove to that overlook in parking lot number 2 and we hiked the Indian Trail, which I think is around 1.5 miles. But it didn't have these massive rock walls. And that's something else that I'm trying to do when I revisit a park that I've been to before. Try to do different trails. Because most of the parks are thousands of acres. And some have many miles of trails. So when you go, it's almost impossible to hike all of them. So when you go back, it's nice to hike a different trail. Oh, this is really cool. Wow. So you wonder, I mean, this trail can't be natural. They must have...
It looks like it's coal or something.
I wonder if it was like an old rail bed or something.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
We'll have to look up the history.
Yeah, I'll have to look up information on the park's website and see if they mention if this was an old rail trail or anything. Wow. It's beautiful, it really is. Hopefully when we get back up to the parking lot, the clouds have cleared so we can get a better view of the overlook. Looks like we're coming to Trail Junction. Okay, to South Trail. Yep, that's what we need. So that's the lower loop continuing up to the South Trail and back up the mountain. Yep, so this is where the real workout starts, I think. But we're just gonna go slow, make our way up. I've got nowhere to be, so we're gonna take our time. Coming up to another trail junction. Alright, let's see what we have here. South Trail is up there. That's what we need. That'll take us up to parking lot number 4 where we parked. So if you go to the right, it takes you to the North Trail. That was the way that we had it down to the lower loop. Yeah, see, here's the sign for the lower loop. Sue is coming up now.
I don't know what it was. It didn't look like a turkey vulture.
So we could have just come down this way for a shorter hike. Come down the North Trail and then up the South Trail. But we went down and we did the lower loop, and I'm glad we did because those rock formations down there were really cool, and it was pretty level down there too, which was nice. So this is the final stretch back up to the parking area. So I'm guessing it's going to get pretty steep. Alright, so we are at another trail junction. So this is the way that we came up. And the South Trail continues that way. We can take that up to parking lot 4. Or we can go that way and go back to the North Trail, which is what we came down. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue on the South Trail. So when you come up South Trail, you make a left to continue on the South Trail back to the parking lot. Alright, we made it to another trail junction. So this is the South Trail and the Scout Trail. So we came up this way, and you can continue on the South Trail. We are going to head up this way, up the Scout Trail to parking lot 4. It's a little connector trail. Alright. We just came off the Scout Trail. And to the left is parking lot 4 where we parked. So we did it. We went hiked down the mountain and then back up. It wasn't so bad. Honestly, I would suggest doing it the way that we did. I feel like the incline isn't as bad coming up the South Trail. I feel like it was a little steeper going down the North Trail. But we are almost back to the car. We'll have to check our mileage. Alright, there's the car over there. So we're currently at 4.03 miles. So that was a nice little loop. Show you the loop that we did. Alright. So we started at the little green dot there, hiked down the North Trail, got onto that lower loop, did the full lower loop down there, and then came back up the South Trail. Thanks so much for following along, and unless we stop at another overlook, this is going to be the end of the video. I'll catch you on the next adventure.